My name is Asli Gunel. I am a student of the Master of Cultural Materials Conservation, and I'm a recipient of the Hansen Public Humanities grant. What led me to conservation was during the pandemic. I had a chance to review my career so far and decided that I wanted to contribute in some way, and came across the conservation master's degree and felt that it aligned with my core values around care, custodianship, and service to communities. When I became aware of the grant, I thought of the Maitland Regional Art Gallery immediately, because everything they do, they have community at its centre, from their public programming to the conception of exhibitions which are informed by local histories and local artists. So I reached out to AMRAG and we talked about different potential projects. We landed on the podcast project. We will do 3 podcast episodes. The first one has 1 artwork and 1 collection item. So the collection item is the training gloves that belong to Les Darcy, the Maitland Wonder, very much loved local hero and sporting legend. We will be discussing the Les Darcy training gloves in the same podcast series as an artwork by Carla Dickens. It's pound for pound number 3. Weaving a narrative around the 2 objects and how they relate to the golden era of boxing. The second one is by Shauna Trescott and Osvaldo Boudet. It's a single channel video with sound, and the work is titled Dusk. The third work is by local artist Lucas Grogan and his work The Xanadu Quilt. So it's a textile-based work. The artist explores in this work the theme of home. Culture really comes down to the story of who we are, and a big part of that story is where we come from. Shared and individual history is important, and cultural materials embed that history. Conservation looks at collection objects as epistemological objects. They are material objects, they have a physical presence, but they also have layers and layers of knowledge embedded in them, and it is thrilling to just look at an object and unpack those different layers of information. Conservation that I advocate for involves care for the objects, but also care for the people and care for the stories of people, whether they be stories that are hidden in the object or whether they be stories that are coming from contemporary audiences. So I think it's a wonderful way to connect with ancestors, to connect with our traditions by looking at these materials and making sure that they're protected and cared for. Going back to culture being a story about who we are, you need to answer the question of where we came from to be able to formulate the next question, which is where are we heading?